Senate Bill 1150. Imagine this. Imagine you own land with an old oil well on it that has not produced anything in 20 years. It is not plugged, it is not cleaned up, and it just sits there. The company keeps filing paperwork to delay dealing with it year after year. What the bill says it does? It says it will push companies to take responsibility for very old, long, inactive wells by tightening extension rules, adding penalties, and requiring the Railroad Commission to report every year on progress. What it actually does? This means operators with very old, inactive wells can no longer rely on the usual extensions, but they can still delay plugging up by using one of three off-ramps. They can ask for an exception based on a history of reviving wells. They can get a long compliance plan approved that pushes action far into the future, or they can post a bond equal to the plug-in cost and keep the well inactive while the bond stays in place. That means larger operators with money and compliance staff can keep options open, while smaller operators in nearby communities carry the risk longer. It also shifts more real control to the Railroad Commission because the Commission decides which plans get approved and how penalties are set. Who benefits? Large and well-funded operators who can afford full-cost bonds and long compliance plans, operators with strong compliance histories who can qualify for exceptions, the Railroad Commission, which gains more discretion over approvals, penalties, and a statewide reporting framework. Who pays the price? Communities living near long idle wells that may remain unaddressed for years, small operators who cannot afford bonding or complex compliance planning, taxpayers if cleanup costs grow and the dedicated cleanup account falls short over time. Why it matters. Old inactive wells are not just paperwork problems. They can become safety and environmental hazards, and if companies delay too long or go under, the public often ends up paying to fix it. A system built around long plans and agency discretion can look like accountability on paper while still letting the hardest problems sit for decades. The real question for Texans is whether this law produces more wells actually being plugged or just more plans that extend the timeline. Bottom line, Senate Bill 1150 tightens the extension rules, but it still builds long pathways to delay plugging, and Texans should judge it by wells plugged, not plans filed.